That's good depth. And both of these players will just be assessing just where the wind is going, how hard, how much spin do I need, what sort of shot am I trying to hit here? Is that wind going to just blow my forehand, my backhand long? How much acceleration? A lot of things just to consider in these next two games. This is really important for both players to settle. Right there, Magdalena is just saying, okay, so that wind is not perhaps coming as far this way. It's maybe going across the court a little bit now. We were just out there, Kate and I, and it's quite strong coming into our commentary box down this end.
Mirra Andreeva started working with Conchita Martinez last year, and she said where she's really helped is to help her become more fearless. She was going to work with either Klim Keistes or Dina Safina, but wisely has settled with Conchita Martinez. There she is on the left-hand side.
Hold, please. Thank you.
Well, I think if you're going to choose a coach, you would choose a coach that has had a lot of experience. Obviously, Conchita has worked with top players. Muguruza made a big difference with her game and has been involved with Spanish tennis and the Billie Jean King Cupton Cap event, I should say. And so you go with someone that's had that experience, I think.
Solid hold of serve in this opening set.
Didn't get a lot of first serves in, but the fact that she was able to hold is a comforting thought, because she's throwing in second serve. 75% of those were second serve. Just 1 of 5 was a first serve. So that's good, and that's kind of comforting to know, okay, I didn't serve well, didn't get many first serves in, but I can still hold. So she's comfortable from the back in that opening game. Let's see how she is down the other end. Fręch will have to just figure out what the difference is with the wind.
Magdalena Frech.
Has a little bit more firepower from the ground, and that's one thing that in the pre-season that Conchita and Mirra worked on, was just being a little bit more aggressive and adding a few extra Ks on that forehand. I do like the fact that Fręch, she likes to change the rhythm. She can hit a heavier ball and she can step in. There's not a lot of players. I just see more of the DNA, the way the players are playing. It's just very much hard, flat, hit bigger, hit harder. Like a little bit of variation and rhythm change.
Mirra Andreeva
15-13.
reached the 4th round last year, so she took out Pera, then Onjabeur, then Diane Parry. Lost to Barbora Krejcikova. That was in the round of 16, but that really got everybody's attention. She then went on to reach the semi-final at Roland Garros before losing to Paolini, but did beat Sabalenka in the quarterfinals, so not afraid to beat the big players.
Fault.
Louise, self-belief is everything in top sport, of course, but for this player, Mirra Andreeva, just the age of 17, to take on the big guns, not be afraid to beat them, and to have that mental fortitude. I mean, it's impressive when you're a teenager, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think you can only have that mentality when your game matches your mindset, because she knows she's good enough when she came onto the tour, winning matches at a very high level, and then going up the rankings very quickly really solidified her position as a very solid, good player. And that builds confidence. And immediately a lot of players are then on the watch. You become a little bit more of a target. So year 2, year 3 becomes much harder. And this is where you need someone really next to you that is, you know, guiding you in the right way, not building you up too much, not putting too much pressure on you.
Fault.
Well, an early opportunity here for Mirra. Sister played on this court yesterday afternoon. Erika Andreeva, 20 years old, but came second to Beatrice Haddad-Maia. So the younger sister will be hoping for a better result. And she gets it. That's an early break in favor of the 14th seed.
Andreeva leads 2 games too long.
That's a good start. This is a confidence builder straight away for Mirra. This is the start that you want too. You want to get a little bit of a buffer. Now you can just start to open up the shoulders a little bit more, understand what your opponent is doing and what she's capable of. What is the shot tolerance? Where does she move well? What shot does she struggle on? As we just see more people coming in here.
Fault.
Yesterday, Louise, there was a sea of Brazilian football shirts here on 1573 Arena. Haddad-Maia won, and then they were all hoping that their new star, João Fonseca, would win.
Yeah.
That went to 5 sets, losing to Sonego. But some great tennis action so far.
A very clean player, isn't she, Fręch? But just creating no presence, really. That ball is just not deep enough. She's not doing enough to really bother Mirra. Mirra is just dictating here. This one very short, and that is going to be in trouble. That's deep and no chance.
Love the variety.
14.
Now, this is a calm mind, isn't it? Straight away on the back foot, but can almost go anywhere off that shot. Fręch tends to get quite deep in the court.
Game, Andreeva.
Well, a solid hold of serve to love. And Mirra Andreeva, at 17 years old, races to a 3-love advantage.
Well, this is what they want, her team. Just to quietly go through the tournament here, Mirra Andreeva. She's not been playing on the big stage. She hasn't really had to play against another big seed. Of course, the third round you start hitting seeds, but in terms of, okay, is this a player that maybe is really going to hurt Andreeva? Probably not. So when you play on court 3 and then you play on 1573, you feel like you're on your way. Probably the next match will be MCA or one of the bigger arenas, maybe
Wow,
Kia, or
I mean, wouldn't that be great? When she played against Onshebur last year, it was on Rod Laver Arena.
Yeah, there you go.
And, you know, delivered a 6-love first set. She's got the nerve, Lou, that's for sure. And then she said that working with Conchita Martinez, she is more fearless. And that's a heady concoction, isn't it? To have the skills that she has, the great technique. She's 17 years old, got millions of years left to go, and got the right mentality too.
Love it.
Everybody's getting younger, and we're getting older. But certainly enjoying this start from Andreeva. Leads 3-love. Well, Fręch did well to stay in that point, tried to change it up a little bit. And she's got fond memories of this Grand Slam. 4th round last year, she took out the likes of Daria Saville, Caroline Garcia, Zakharova, but losing to Coco Gauff in the last 16. But certainly a player that you can't underestimate.
Good serving here. Got to work really hard to try to get on the board, Magdalena. Don't want to let this run away. So important to just get that scoreboard just a little closer.
Point.
Just long. Really like watching Fręch, just the way she moves around the court. She does everything really well. She's got lovely technique, just everything looks really smooth, but just lacks a little bit of that firepower. And of course, if you keep the ball in long enough and someone's having a bad day, you're going to extract a lot of errors. Yeah.
And employs a drop shot of her own. Well, very good. On the scoreboard, the pole. Trailing 1-3, Andreeva with the early break.
And also not a bad option too. You're playing against the wind just to throw that drop shot in. Mirra was quite deep, so good awareness there. But a really important hold for her just to feel just comfortable out here. So many French players that come out of the federation just have all got very good technique. There's so many of them that have come through the ranks. Just pushing that one wide. This is where, when you play a player that's solid and keeps making that ball one more, it's a good amount of balls in, you just then see your opponent. There's a subtle shift where they start to think, I've got to do a little bit more. Going to collect a few more errors here. Perhaps Mirra, she might be able to push her into that. Right idea. Just pushing that one a little bit long, but tried to get a bit of height and shape just to put Fręch back here. This has been a good little run of points, though, for Magdalena. Just a point where she decelerates. I mean, there was nothing, that was just going to go through the middle of the court, had nothing on it, was flat. She wasn't trying to do anything, just to get that heavier, get a bit of racket header under that ball.
Let's first service.
Well, an opportunity now for Fręch to break back, get back onto even terms. With coach looking on, Conchita. I wonder if she's playing much tennis these days.
Oh, she gets on the court a little bit, yeah. Yes. A lot of the good serve there. A lot of the past champions of Grand Slams probably have the most fun playing the legends at Wimbledon. Yeah, a lot of people come and watch that event. They play doubles and they have a whole lot of fun.
Oh, and they're great for the crowd, aren't they? Yeah. The golden oldies out. You know? Yeah. We've got the mixed here starting next week.
Let's first service.
Couple of loose forehands for Magdalena Frech. Had two opportunities to break the team, but now Andreeva advantage.
Just the frustration, isn't it? That ball is really going nowhere off the racket of Fręch. It's just consistent. It's not deep. It's just frustrating. She's a very good mover, and she is intercepting a lot of these balls, so just having to hit more than what she wants. Andreeva, she'd like to finish the points quicker. That's her mentality.
Oh, that was excellent. A lovely backhand winner from Andreeva. And so from facing 2 break points, another chance to win this game. To keep her nose out in front. Finally, holds, was tested, but now Andreeva leads 4-1. Magdalena Frech has work to do.
Everyone has different strengths, don't they, Kate? And you can quite clearly see why Magdalena Frech just frustrates a lot of players. I mean, she's got great anticipation. She's got very good awareness of what she's doing. She doesn't try to hit anyone off the court, so she really limits all of her errors. And I remember playing players like that. It's very frustrating because it's hard to hit winners against them, but when you do and you overplay, then you're going to make an error. And this is where Mirra just has to be a little bit patient to get the right shot. If you start trying to be too aggressive off a deep ball or a ball that's not quite there, but doing a good job trying to find a way to get into the court there as well.
Time.
Well, it's been a meteoric rise for Mirra Andreeva. She was named the most impressive newcomer in 2023 on the WTA. Remember, let's still remember, she is only 17 years old. Has started well in this 3rd round match. So, Frech has work to do, needs to move up a gear. A breakdown, serving at 1-4.
Zero. That's 15.
She's got to try to find a way just to use that wind and from being up there as an assistant.
Yeah, Frech is serving down breeze, so needs more spin on the ball just to make sure it dips into the court. Can't be hitting it too flat.
Well, you just saw the wind there just blowing that, and it's hard because you can't prepare early because you get that racket back early and you get your feet set, and then all of a sudden the wind is just moving that ball, and that is not easy to deal with. I've played on this court and it is very swirly. You can see the walls there, plenty of wind. Occasionally just gets a little excited in that form, and it just snatches a little bit. It's just not smooth. That's the difference. Sometimes when you feel like you want to hit a bigger shot, you just get a little tense.
Jannik Fręch.
What a hold it is.
Andreeva leads 4 games to 2.
Has the break, Andreeva. And has a few fans by the sounds of it as well. A few more filing in to court 1573 Arena. It's a lovely court, this, isn't it?
It is. It really is. And a lot of the people on the western side of the court,
to the right of Mirra. Yeah.
yeah,
They're in the shade. They've chosen a good
That's
seat.
right.
The others need to go and buy a hat first and then come and join the action.
good work. That one just a little bit more height and a little bit heavier.
And she went after that because Andreeva is playing into the breeze, so really injected some pace. Ooh, got a bit of fancy dress going on here from Poland.
Good work.
Yeah, just not able to do enough with the volley. Put herself in a vulnerable position.
Yeah, not easy here because you become a real target. That's good hitting from Fręch.
Oh,
she's upset with herself, Magdalena, for missing that. That's not in the game plan for her. It's to be steady, make a lot of balls. Just pace there on that serve, 168, well hit, but right at the right hip, and just catching Fręch there.
Oh, it's in. Oh, that was a beautiful cross-court winner off the backhand of Andreeva. And Magdalena Frech is under the pump right now. A breakdown and serving to stay in the opening set.
Time.
Running out to her position there, so a little bit excited after getting the hold, and still has the break.
Well, She really is a fantastic player, Mirra Andreeva. But do you know what? The winner of this match, guess who they go on to play? Aryna Sabalenka. Grabs the line, it's good. Sabalenka coming through this morning in straight sets, but she was tested by her opponent, Toulson. It was close. It was a tiebreak in the opening set, but yes, the victor of this match has a fourth round encounter with the twice defending champion.
That's better. She went out after her forehand. I'd like to see that a little bit more from Magdalena. Just a little bit more aggression. Just try to hit through the court, force some of these shots, force Mirra to get into that defensive position more often.
It's another winning forehand, a blistering forehand from Andreeva.
40-30.
Yeah, it's the way to really move the ball around, but it's all up to Mirra. She's the one. You see Fręch there just going back through the court, not really moving the ball around.
It's a good, powerful hitting from the baseline, but it is Andreeva who comes out on top, and Fręch is in danger right now. Deuce 2-5. The 27-year-old Polish player's got to take it up a notch.
Good for depth there.
Advantage Andreeva.
And it brings up the first set point opportunity for Andreeva. It's been a fast start from the 17-year-old. Guess how many shots, Lou? Can you remember? Don't have.
Wow, that's incredible, isn't it? 33 shots, amazing. Well, I was just thinking, whoever gets this one, the legs are going to be very tired if you lose it, and they're tired when you win it, but still you're happier.
Wow, that was a good save from Fręch. It's that forehand from Mirra Andreeva that is a huge weapon in her arsenal.
Yeah, that's what she's obviously wanting to use more often in her matches, that just to give her that little extra firepower. We saw she tried to finish that with the last rally, the 33 shot. So just to be not intimidated or pulling back from that, it was good effort to pull that one off.
Set point number 2.
Guessed right, had the anticipation, just didn't quite get the feel for the speed of the ball there.
Well, you know, she's done well to save 2 set points.
She has. I just felt the legs got a little flat there.
Well, her legs are 10 years older than her opponent. She's 27 years old, facing a teen. You need a lot of stamina in this game, that's for sure. But now, set point number 3. Outlasts her opponent to claim the first set, 6-2. Well, what an epic game that was, the longest rally.
Love 15.
Well, it's an opportunity here for Magdalena just to reset, start this set off, learn from what perhaps she could have done a little bit better in that first set. And I think we're going to see a shift. I think she's got to be more aggressive. She's got to go for her shots. I don't mind that first shot going back through the middle of the court, but from there, I'd like to see her just spread the court more, find some angles, hit into corners. It's really all up the middle and not much happening. She's just really waiting for Mirra to make an error. That's a little better. She took time away.
Love 14.
They've got to be hot in those wigs. That temperature is soaring. This is their player. This is who they want to win. She's a set down, got work on her hands. Oh, another fabulous shot. It's another winner from the racket of Mirra Andreeva.
15-14.
This time off the backhand. So the start that Magdalena Frech is after, and
set.
she trails by a set. That's interesting, isn't it? Going on to win the set after an early break. The tour average is 76%. She's at 74%, so still an unknown quantity, but you need a strong start, don't you? She's got to get back into this match.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just gives her a little bit more encouragement just to do what she's got to do, just a little bit different, just subtle changes from that first set could have an impact. That's brilliant. I like the fact that she's throwing in that slice and just becoming a little bit more of an unpredictable brick wall rather than just the predictable one.
Not enough on that serve, and Andreeva pounced all over it, just 124 kilometers an hour.
Let first of us.
That's good work from Mirra.
15-30.
Moving really well, anticipating, and again, just being solid, but creating a little bit more depth. And not panicking today, just showing good signs out here.
Good serve into the body of Andreeva.
I think helped by a little bit of wind as well, too. It's still swirling around. Just pushing that one a little bit long. Opportunity there. Gee, she'll not be happy with that.
Thank you, Morgan. Thank you. Behind you. Let first service.
better serving also this set. She's just using better placement, getting the ball into corners, not allowing Mirra just to really get behind these balls and start the rallies off with confidence. Out. There's that wind. Start to hear it a little bit more blowing against our commentary booth here.
Advantage for Mirra Andreeva because she's hitting straight into the breeze.
Yeah.
You know, Fręch's got to be so careful, has to put enough topspin for that ball to dip in the court.
Yeah, she's just enjoying that shot there.
Advantage Fręch.
She's got to win one of these.
But it's Mirra Andreeva who outlasts her on those long points.
Well, she's not a terribly strong, physically strong player, is Fręch, and that ball is just not getting up deep enough, heavy enough to really hurt Mirra.
Slice of good fortune for Andreeva. Well, a point that featured a couple of moon balls. But now, a break point for Andreeva to break right back. Fręch certainly had her chances in this game.
Oh,
had some long rallies, and this is one long game.
Again, it's both players are really not able to get that run of putting points together. Well, that's about as aggressive as Fręch is ever going to be, and that's good play, though. I'd like to see more of that, really controlling this rally. Big forehand cross-court, that opens up the court. Take that up off the bounce and move forwards. That's a pattern of play that if you can do that well, that is so effective. Those three shots.
Goes long. came in, took her chances, went with the drive volley.
Oh, look at that. But love seeing that. Attack into the backhand side, end range. You're more likely to get something that's a bit of a floater off that side, and then you can really come in, hit a drive volley, and close down the rallies. And that's where you get frustrated and you start getting just the mindset that you just want to finish these rallies quicker, and then a couple of errors come, and then all of a sudden your opponent has confidence and they're back in a match.
But eventually, Fręch holds, consolidates the break.
That leads 2 games to none.
I wondered if that game was ever going to end, Lou.
I think they were too.
So a better start from the pole. But a set down to Andreeva. There's coach Conchita Martinez looking on. I've been impressed with her charge so far, claiming the first set 6-2.
Love 15.
Well, these are some of the windiest conditions we've experienced at the Australian Open for a while, Louise, certainly this week.
No, it's difficult down there. There is no question about it. There's a lot of blustery wind that is circling around this 1573 court.
Good play from Andreeva. I have to say, my daughter, when I said I was working and commentating on court 1573, she goes, "There's that many courts at Melbourne Park?"
1,573 courts. It's amazing.
Tell us about the name.
It's a drink.
Okay. Yeah. You like tennis?
Beautiful. Still living on the edge, but trying to take charge of this match here. And again, you don't want to let someone like Fręch just be the runner and dictate and try to wear you out. Got to try to finish these points a little bit quicker.
Mirra Andreeva claimed her first doubles title only a couple of weeks ago in the Brisbane International alongside with Diana Schneider. She's going to play with again, unable to convert that volley.
Just decelerating on that forehand there, and that's just not wanting to make a mistake, wanting to keep that ball in play, but also being mindful that this young lady can run down a lot of balls. So
break point. She gets the break. Oh, wow. Ooh, angry Mirra Andreeva. And a pumped Magdalena Frech. Frech, 3-love in the second set. First set, Andreeva.
Well, that came from nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah.
And they're happy, the Polskas. Yeah, I think this is what happens when you play someone like Magdalena Frech. She just gets under your skin, and
it's like hitting against a ball machine.
It is. She really is very good at it. But you know, once you start settling in and start kind of playing their pace, then you're in trouble, and that's exactly the fear of Mirra now, just not really taking charge of this match. Once you start playing to their tempo, well, they're going to do it better than you. You've got to take the match into your own hands. You've got to be a little bit more aggressive. You've got to stay up in the court. Once you get back in the court, it's very hard to hit through and hit winners. So there's a lot of little things that she's got to be aware of now.
Lou, it's that balancing act, isn't it, of adjusting to your opponent, but also staying true to yourself and your own game plan. Physically demanding match, that's for sure. Lots of long rallies. The longest rally has been 33 shots. There's been other lengthy ones as well, and so Frech is starting to find her groove in the second set.
Thank you.
Oh, well done. I thought she almost mishit that, and it still went in. Again, just a little bit short, so that was calm and smart from Mirra just to step in. Lucky to get that one back to slice, and then goes back in behind here. Still not easy to manage these longer rallies and just wait for the right one.
50.
But you should be able to run all day. It's a matter of mentality, how you are being forced to play and what you want to do. And if it frustrates you, if you don't want to be doing this, then that's where it's an issue. She's getting frustrated with her box as well, so the mind is just starting to wander.
Once again, Frech stays in the point that shot longer.
13-15.
She's just safe and secure, isn't she? It's just so solid.
Feels she can hit balls all day long.
Yeah, and she probably can. And that's what your opponent starts thinking, and you think, gosh, what am I going to do here?
Well, it's impressive from Fręch.
40-15.
Watching that first set, I just didn't think this was possible to be happening.
Love the lead.
Fręch leads 4 games to none.
But what a turnaround of events. It was impressive from Andreeva in the opening set, claiming it 6-2, but then Fręch has done a wonderful job of staying in the point and making her opponent play and forcing her opponent to make mistakes.
That's incredible, the shift. It's been subtle because she just hasn't made any errors. And we saw in the beginning there were errors, unforced errors. There were 18 in the match, 26 for Andreeva, but 13 in this set for Mirra, and only 3, and that was the reverse in that last set.
Deceleration on that forehand.
Yeah, I mean, she's a little bit like a Caroline Wozniacki. I mean, Caroline would win matches and hit sometimes 4 or 5 winners and just no errors, and her opponent, well, their brain just melts.
Three chances now for Andreeva to get on the scoreboard in set 2. Needs to. She's trailing love 4. Set running away from her.
Game, Andreeva. Fręch leads 4 games to 1.
Well, there you have it. Magdalena Frech seemingly in control of this second set, leading 4-1. Andreeva needs to find a different game plan. They're going to be out dueling each other all day. We might not finish these matches on 1573 Arena if this match continues in the same vein, Lou.
Yeah, there's a lot of balls that have just been hitting backwards and forwards. Not a lot of creativity, trying to find ways to do something different. In fact, why would she do something different? She's really frustrating Andreeva at the moment. Look at that beautiful blue. Right next to all the train tracks here.
And tell us about Melbourne Park, Lou. You've been coming here for years, playing, working, commentating. These are the outside courts.
Yeah, these are the outside courts. This is the sporting precinct here in Melbourne. And it's a great area because you've got football, cricket, you've got soccer, all these different stadiums that entertain different sports, and we're literally just 5 minutes walk into the city.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? You could row there along the Yarra River.
You could swim there. Probably not.
Well, it's been an impressive set from Magdalena Frech. Leading 4-1, serving to move to 5-1 and really put some pressure on the team. Andreeva moved her opponent left, right. But Magdalena Frech was like a brick wall in that point. Just got everything back. Had an answer.
I'm just not sure why she kept going back to the target.
Yeah.
She goes back again. Here we go. She went 3 times right into her back and she had the whole court open. Love to have that one again, I bet, Mirra.
Let first service.
And that was a clear winner that time from the pole. No answer to that forehand.
13-0.
One of the shortest rallies of the match.
Well, we often see that, don't we? You have a long one and you say, okay, I just want to get out of this and go for a little bit more.
The average rally length in set 2 is nearly 7 shots.
That's incredible. That's not normal for a player to back that up, but it's normal for Magdalena Frech. This is her bread and butter.
Well, 3 game points now to move to 5-1. Really put her foot on the gas.
Physically taller, physically stronger is Mirra Andreeva. She's got to start using some of that firepower to open up the court. She's got to trust her game. She's a little worried about making errors at the moment because her opponent is is in the zone.
14-13.
And Fręch moves to a 5-1 lead. What a turnaround of events.
Fręch leads 5 games to 1.
Well, it's a tale of 2 halves in this third round match between Magdalena Frech and Mirra Andreeva. Andreeva cruised to the first set seemingly quite easily, but now is really being tested by the pole. Serving to stay in the second set.
I'm not sure she's a pole. I think she's more of a brick wall.
Or a ball machine.
She is.
Clever. Well, that's what you want to see, Lou, isn't it? A bit of a change-up from Andreeva.
Yeah, just something different. And that's the other thing. She's just got to be aware of how far Fręch does get back behind the baseline. She needs plenty of time to move and hit her shots. Just rushing a little bit now, though, is Mirra.
We are 2 points away from going into a deciding set. Oh, that was good. Excellent skills then from Mirra. Not an easy shot. Plenty of spin on that ball, but putting that away.
That's great work there. Just got a little extra spin off that, a little bit more rotation on the ball.
Too good from the racket of Fręch.
14.
Oh, she's got the momentum, hasn't she? She is really upbeat about this.
And she has a chance here to break and take it to a deciding set as well.
That's the way to open up the court. But she's got to take her chances. She's got to really try to get Fręch moving.
Well, the average rally length in this match is 6.56. The tour average is 3.87. Not that time, though.
Advantage.
And tried to be too cute and now in danger of losing this set, Andreeva. Didn't want to get into a long rally, but...
And second set.
Well, a third set. Here we go on 1573 Arena.
One set.
And the momentum is firmly with Magdalena Frech, Polish player, now 26th in the world on the WTA rankings and has the upper hand. That's clever from Frech. Wrong footing, Mirra Andreeva. Stretch, able to get a racket on that volley.
13.
Well, both players will want to impact this third set very quickly. It's so important to create some presence here.
There's more variety in that point, Lou, but once again, Frech is forcing Andreeva to make mistakes.
She really is. 21 shots, but you can just see there's a little bit more sense of purpose, I think, coming from Mirra. I think even though she is down 40 love here, I feel she's going to come out with a different mindset. It really depends also how much of a brick wall this young lady can be and how frustrating she can be towards her opponent.
I can't believe the previous rally was only 21 shots. It's nothing.
That's
in
a
this
short
match.
one. Yeah.
Short one in this encounter. And it's another error from the racket of Mirra Andreeva, and so an important hold of serve from the number 23 seed. We're in the third set, one apiece.
Well, it's just where her mind is as well. I mean, before that point, she looked up and had a few words to her box, and it just says that she's not thinking clearly out here. She's got new balls. She's got to start to create some sort of impact. Whether she can open up the court a little bit more, try to find ways to come in to shorten some of these points. This is not what she's wanting to do. Look at that wind over there on Governor House. Everything rides. From here on in, this has got to be a different Mirra Andreeva this set. And this is where we're still seeing that she is still 15. She is still very young and, sorry, 17 and very young and very raw.
Yeah, I think you make a good point. This is going to be a real test of her character as well. It's draining.
Now, does she learn from that one, that high and heavier one on the forehand side? Fręch doesn't like that. Let's see what she's thinking. That's going to be some frustrating thoughts from that woman there.
But certainly Andreeva is having to play more shots than she normally does in order to win the point. We're at 30 all.
That's better vision, and I like that response. Does she want to fight for this match? That's what she's got to show Magdalena Frech right here. This forehand, that's back where it should be.
Difficult shot, went to take it early.
Advantage Fręch.
Now, can she keep it together here? This is what this match is relying on right here.
This is a big point right now. Well, that was impressive from the team. Managed to outlast her opponent.
Juice.
Survived the break point. Back to Juice.
Well, she reads this well, that Magdalena is going to head to the forehand. She goes back behind. Oh, she got tired. Magdalena running. Wow.
Advantage Andreeva.
She's doing a lot of work out there. And I just wonder if Mirra's looking down the other end and just sensing where she's at.
Well, the teenager manages to hold serve. We are 1-1 in the decider.
1 game all.
It's just interesting if Mirra's going to look down the other end. That's a very tired Polish player down the other end at the moment.
Well, they've got to be running on fumes.
Threw her racket down, went over and grabbed one of her little packs for some energy.
Okay, well, I hope you're enjoying the action. There are some lengthy rallies in this match. We're at 1-1 in the third.
1 hour and 27 minutes. Well.
We are 1 hour, 27 minutes in, and only 17 games have been played. That last rally, 24 shots.
Yeah, the legs are going to get tired from both players, but I just feel that Andreeva has a little bit more strength in the legs and resilience out here. Very much a lightweight is Magdalena Frech. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of kind of muscle to her, but gee, she's a very good runner.
But it's the recovery that is so impressive with these top athletes.
Yeah.
To play the next point after a 25-shot rally. Look at that. Plenty of distance covered.
so this is the way she plays. She's used to this. Oh, this is another one of those games. This is not probably how Andreeva has to play against players a lot. I'm sure she's playing against players that tend to have a more aggressive game, make errors, hit bigger. That's the general game style of player on the tour.
Point.
Oh, brilliant backhand. Beseeching herself, screaming at herself to try and fire herself up. Conchita liked that one. Only 2 shots in that rally.
That we do see from Mirra, the fighting qualities that she has. She's so used to winning that it's a part of her DNA, but she's still not out of the woods here. She still has to continue to really find ways here. And Andreeva gets the break in the decider, runs over to her box. Well, what a big break of serve that is, now leading 2-1 in the third. "32 shots in that rally. Yep.
And that's not even the longest.
No, it's getting shorter. We've had 133. Yeah, a lot of running, and that young lady, she's feeling it, isn't she? She's face quite red. There's not many players that match the amount of balls that this young lady hits, and Mirra Andreeva with her very young legs, 10 years difference. And Magdalena is just obviously showing that she needs energy.
Yeah, needs to refuel. They're going to need an ice bath after this match, that's for sure.
I do feel, though, that Mirra is handling the situation a little bit better.
Well, it's an extreme test of her patience, because this is definitely not her style to play.
I think she lost a little bit of anger at the end of that second set, but she's reset now.
But this has proven to be a marathon of a contest between these two players. From the second set, the rallies got longer and longer, and it's like a war of attrition. Who can wear each other down? But Andreeva with the break in the third.
Love 15. 15-30.
Worked hard to get the break in the previous game, but now facing 2 break points, Mirra.
Let first service. Hold.
Brilliant, what a forehand. Great patience then from the 17-year-old to stay in that point.
30.
Threw in a couple of slices, a couple of moon balls.
Well, she's showing again that she's got this mentality just to mix it up and just stay there, just find ways. That's the champion part of this young lady. But she is being tested here and she will have to fight.
Fręch breaks right back. We are back on serve now in the 3rd set.
2 games on.
And I don't know about you, Lou, but I'm exhausted watching this.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Both of these players are going to be feeling it. This will definitely be the longest set. I feel both young ladies are willing to stay in these long rallies. It's hard. I mean, the conditions are not great. It's very windy.
The average rally length in this set is 9.41. Let's remind you that the tour average is 3.87.
Yeah, and sometimes it's around 2.4 with the guys.
Yeah, that's mad.
Hold.
It just shows she's certainly feeling it. She is wanting to finish these rallies, which she has not shown really. That's the modus operandi of her gameplay. It is to keep the ball in play.
Who's got the most left in the tank? Both players are certainly dipping into their reserves, but it does look like now that Fręch is starting to tire. Both players are digging seriously deep.
Just think the physical ability isn't as strong from this young lady, just in terms of height, stature.
Well, she's got 10 years on her opponent as well. Good touch. And rewarded with 3 breakpoint opportunities.
Wow, this is incredible, tracking down these balls. Has she got like a piece of string and something to keep tracking and getting these balls back? It's quite amazing, her running ability.
And what a time to strike. Andreeva 3-2 in the decider.
Andreeva leads 3 games to 2.
Andreeva did well to run down that drop shot because that took a burst of energy as well, but was able to. And then with the volley went, I've just had enough of this. Well, this has to be physically one of the most demanding matches both of them have played.
I think mentally as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you know you have to just keep pushing yourself, because when you play someone that just really keeps tracking down balls, putting it back in play, not giving you much pace or power, you have to keep generating, you've got to keep running, but she does very well to pick that one up and then get that volley. Just Fręch just couldn't do enough to kind of get it out of her area where she was crossing that net.
Time.
And how not to go stir crazy in the process. You could get very frustrated out here.
Yep.
Andreeva is handling this situation much better than she did in the second set.
Yeah, she got
accepting, isn't she?
Yeah, I think she got rid of that little bit of frustration. And now she's just re-energized. It's incredible when you get just a few endorphins rather than the cortisol going through your brain. Helps. That's good from Fręch as well, just trying to get up in the court, force Andreeva around. She's the one that's really pushing her opponent side to side. Still got a little buffer here on the serve.
It's an important hold. And Fręch now has her hands full. A breakdown serving at 2-4. And the 17-year-old is starting to move it up a notch. Well, we're getting to the sharp end of this match. Fręch has done a brilliant job of playing her way into the match after losing the first set, fighting back.
Yep, well done. Sees the target and then really accelerates through the ball, trying to push through so that the wind can't take it. Just got to be careful when the wind is there. You've just got to know which side it is blowing in or against that line. If it blows out, you've got to aim a little bit more in, and vice versa.
Grabs the line.
Yep, well done. That's the forehand that she's able to do that. And that's a part of the game that perhaps in that second set that Conchita was a little bit, probably a bit upset that her player wasn't using it more often just to get the edge in these rallies. You just keep playing it back and being a little bit passive, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble playing a player like Fręch.
Pressure for Fręch, 15-30. There's a lot of pace in that forehand from Mirra.
13-14.
Fręch unable to absorb it. An opportunity presents itself to Mirra, the 17-year-old. So only able to convert 50% of the break points so far. Chance to serve for a place in the fourth round and set up a match against Aryna Sabalenka. Well, how about that? What a time to play a drop shot. What nerve, Lou.
Yeah, brilliant, wasn't it? I mean, it's all about understanding where your opponent is. This one here, she senses and sees that her opponent is deep on the court. She's inside the court. It's almost the perfect time, and against the wind as well. So she had that little added control. Always time for a fresh drink. And there's some very interesting outfits around the stadium here. It's been fun. So many people coming here, get dressed up. Look at that. Wouldn't you want a beautiful pineapple drink right there? There you go.
Certainly colourful, as this match has been. And I hope they've enjoyed the action, and that you have as well, wherever you're watching around the world. But now, Mirra Andreeva has been tested, both mentally and physically, and is now serving for the match.
Thank you.
She's going to have the one last blast, isn't she, Fręch? She's going to go out after it. It's quite amazing, though, to think she's the 24th seed. She has a game style that's really a counter-punching kind of style, and she does well on the WTA Tour, where most of the women are hitting very aggressively, and she's done extremely well. To be ranked 26 in the world.
Yeah, it's a big win last year in Guadalajara.
Yeah.
First big title on the WTA. And a good run here as well at the Australian Open 4th round. But she is now up against it, against the teen Mirra Andreeva, serving for a place in the 4th round.
Well done. Yeah, also at Ruha. I mean, she beat Hadid Meyer, who's 12 in the world. Emma Navarro, who's 8 in the world. But a tough one against Sabalenka in the quarterfinals. She beat Snyder in China Open. She has frustrated so many players throughout this last 2024.
14-15.
What a time to strike. And it earns the 17-year-old 2 match points.
Vote.
Brilliant from Fręch. Oh, you got to go out swinging.
14-13.
Responds to the pressure, saves 1 match point. Can she do it again? And she does.
Well, Conchita over there just
Juice.
kind of giving her the tip just to keep swinging on that backhand. Oh, but you got to give some credit to Magdalena Frech. She is staying in this.
Survived 2 match points already. Okay, we're at juice.
Yeah, well done to open up the court there. the favourite shot as well for Mirra, that off forehand. She's at times reluctant from that short ball to go forehand cross.
Well, will it be third time lucky for Mirra Andreeva? Match point number 3. Indeed, it is. Mirra Andreeva digs deep mentally and physically to outlast Magdalena Frech. It took 3 sets of exhausting tennis, but the 17-year-old is through to the 4th round of the Australian Open.
She'll be very happy to get out of this court and not to have to play Magdalena Frech for a